It wasn't until they broke through the cloud line that they realized this was not where they were supposed to jump out. But by then it was already too late. You see, in 1967, there was a group of 30 parachuters that were going to go up into the plane and jump out over top of the Ortner Airport. But the plane initially had too much weight, so only 20 of the most experienced divers were able to go. They were going to have 18 divers that were jumping from 20,000 feet and the other 2 jumping from 30,000 feet. Then a Cessna would be following nearby to film the whole entire thing. So the pilot lost a lot of visibility. This is 1967, and there was some really heavy cloud cover. Now, technically it was against the FAA regulations, but they jumped anyways. And the pilot used air traffic control to kind of navigate him on where he was at so that he could let them know when they were supposed to jump. Unfortunately, during the ascent, a air traffic controller took over for another air traffic controller, and he mistook the 2 planes, the B-25 and the Cessna. So he thought the B-25 was where the Cessna was, which was where he was supposed to be, over top of this airport, which is where the parachuters were supposed to drop to. Unfortunately, where he was actually at was over Lake Erie. Now, where they were at in the plane, the survivors and the 2 guys that were jumping from 30,000 feet said that they really couldn't see the ground except for a few breaks in the clouds, and they couldn't tell if it was land or water that they were over top of. Now, this cloud cover here was around 4,000 to 6,000 feet. So once they actually got below that at around 3,000 feet was when they all deployed their parachutes and realized that there was a grave mistake. You see, they're over Lake Erie, and they're in parachute gear. And one of the parachuters actually couldn't even swim. It was also remarked from the 2 pilots that after they made the turn in the ascent, they could see through the cloud cover and go, oh wow, I really hope we didn't just drop them over Lake Erie. In which case they actually did. All in all, of the 18 jumpers that actually went out at that time, 2 of them survived and the other 16 drowned. The 2 that actually did survive basically shed all their gear right before hitting the water and used their reserve parachute pack and helmets to float until a pleasure boat was able to come and pick them up.